everyone, what's up? It's Pearl and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple Roblox thumbnail, so let's get into it. Also, if you find this video helpful or useful at any point, please give it a thumbs up as I would really appreciate it. The first step to making a thumbnail is finding the background. There are two types of thumbnail backgrounds that I use. The first one is where I use an entire GFX as the background, and the second one is where I use a plain background and then add a GFX on top. For this tutorial, I'm just going to be layering a GFX on top of a background. So open up either Pinterest or Google or anywhere else, and this is where we will find our background. For this one, I'm going to search up pastel background. Then head to images. I think this one is kind of cool, and this is the one I'm going to use. Right click it and select copy image address. Then head to pixlr.com. I will have this website linked in the description. It is completely free to use and works great for thumbnails. And for this tutorial, just click Playful Pixlr X. Once you're on the website, go into the left side and select Load URL. Then click the box and paste the link, either doing Control V or Command V, and select Load. Now it should open up a new background. As you can see, the picture fits, but it's not exactly the correct size we need for a thumbnail. To change this, click the Properties tool on the side and click Canvas Size. Then for the width, type in 1280, and for the height, type in 720. And then select Apply. As you can see, the canvas has been resized, so now what you need to do is go to the Arrange tool, click Unlock. You can freely move the layer and make sure it covers up all of the checkered squares. As you can see, it is now covering up the entire background. This is completely optional, but I'm just going to flip it because I want the blue to be on this side. The next step is to go back to Google and type in Sunray PNG. This first one will work fine, so click it and again click Copy Image Address. Then head back to Pixlr, and to import this, we're going to click the Add Image button at the bottom and paste the URL in the box. Click Load and click Add Current to add a new layer to our background. As you can see, it is now imported. So again, use these resize tools to make sure it covers the entire thumbnail. And if you click it and drag it, and make sure that the image is centered. Once it has been centered, click the dots on the side and click Blend Mode and select Overlay. This just makes it a bit more transparent and makes it an overlay more than its own layer. Then you can also change the transparency if you want, but I think this is good for now. I might change it a bit later. The next step is to add your GFX. So if you don't know how to make a GFX, I have a tutorial for both Blender 2.79 and for Blender 2.83, and I will link those both in the description. To import your GFX, click the plus at the bottom, click Image, and find the image on your computer. Once you have found it, click Open. As you can see, it will load in. Mine is extremely big, so I'm going to use the resize tools to make it much smaller. I think that size is pretty good. This step is optional, but I'm just going to change the lighting a bit. Once my GFX is all set, the next step is to add the title. So to add the title, click the T button and select Add New Text. Now type in whatever text you want. I usually do mine in multiple different text boxes so that I can space them out and also use different fonts. So for the first line, I'm going to do How To. The second line will be Make A, and then the last line will be Roblox Thumbnail. So How To. And as you can see, it is quite small, so I'm going to scroll down and use the size tool to make it a bit bigger. I think like that. It is also quite hard to see. Personally, most of the time I leave the actual text white, but I will scroll down to Outline and go to Color and then just choose the color I want to use. I'm going to use this light pink color for the first outline. Now scroll up to Font. These are some of the fonts you get in Pixlr, and there are a ton to choose from. There's some more cursive fonts which are really cute, and there are also some more bold fonts. Some nice fonts that come in Pixlr are Brodetto, Brush Cheetah, Chucky's, Ender, and Irish Green. If you would like some different fonts, I recommend using the website defont.com to install fonts. I'm not going to explain how to do that in today's video, but I will try and link a helpful video in the description if you would like to learn how. For this first one, I'm just going to use the font Michelle Garden, and I'm going to make it a bit bigger. I'm also going to change the letter spacing a bit to make the letters a bit more spread out, and put it right there. I think that looks good. Now I'm going to scroll up and click Add New Text, and repeat the same process with the rest of my text boxes. For my second text, I'm going to use the font Moonbright Demo. For my third line, I used the font Stereofidelic. This is a pretty good start, but it could use a bit more visual interest. So I'm going to go back to Google and search up a few related images. So I'm going to start off with the Roblox logo and load it in just as we loaded in the sunray by clicking the image button and clicking URL and then pasting it. To get rid of this black background, I'm going to head to the cutout tool, use the magic cutout and make sure it's on remove, and click the black background. To add a bit more to my thumbnail, I imported the YouTube logo, turned on the transparency, and now I'm going to head to the color tools and just change it up a bit. I think this looks pretty good. I know it's a bit of a simple thumbnail. Now that you're ready, click Save at the bottom, give a name, and click Download. That is it for today's video. I hope it helped you all out, and if it did, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Bye, pearls!